Hello and welcome to the Modern Mainframe Videocast, where we talk about transforming your mainframe applications with DevOps. And I'm joined by my colleagues, Tony Anter, who's BMC's DevOps evangelist, and also BMC's Senior Director for DevOps Solutions, Mark Sigler. I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about Git. You know, we hear a lot about Git for distributed environments, but are we able to use Git for the mainframe?
Yes, thank you, Eric. Goodbye, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. No, of course, you can use Git for mainframe environments. Git is like any other source code management system, and mainframe loads are like any other code base. You use Git the same way. You interact with Git the same way. You handle Git the same way. Everything else is really it's an implementation detail. But as far as Git and source code management, shouldn't be any difference between a mainframe and a distributed app.
Mark, your thoughts?
We absolutely have the opportunity. Our customers are using Git today to consolidate their source code management systems so that they can have source code from their distributed systems and from their mainframes in one common repository.
Right. So how often is Git brought up with mainframe organizations that you're talking with in the industry?
Almost every conversation I have has Git involved in some form or fashion. Either they're moving to Git, they want to move to Git, they're talking about moving to Git, they're kicking the tires on Git. Almost everyone, I would say to 100% of the conversations I have either end up with Git or not. Now, not everyone will it fit, but almost everyone is talking about it or making a plan.
Okay. And how should Git be integrated with mainframe processes?
Well, a source code management system is only part of your DevOps solution. You need a full tool chain and a way to automate the pipeline. So having that common repository for your source code across all of your disparate systems allows you to be able to pull from a common system of record and use that and propagate it to the platform that it needs to be used. So we provide capabilities to allow you to synchronize with Git so that we can perform the parts of the CI and CD process and DevOps in the right place on the right platform.
Cool. So Tony, you know, what are some of the challenges of leveraging Git for the mainframe?
I think you're going to find it's going to be a culture change. It's going to be a mindset shift in how you use Git and adopting some of those processes on the mainframe. But it's well worth the journey. There's a reason why Git is 98% adopted across the distributed side. It's a fantastic tool for what it's meant to do, which is source code management, parallel development, the ability to put peer review workflows, all those things that the distributed guys have been making use of for the last 5 years, 10 years. Those are things that are now coming to the mainframe. So the mainframe teams are going to have to shift their mindset and get used to working in a Git world. But once they do, I think they'll find things get a lot easier.
Right. What are the risks involved in doing like a wholesale approach of shifting to Git for the mainframe? What are the challenges that they're facing?
I think anytime you've got a large organization, IT organization with hundreds or thousands of applications, it's a lot riskier to try to do a big bang solution and move everything all at one time. So we kind of advocate a incremental approach, take a very phased approach for how you adopt new technologies like Git.
Okay, and Tony, can you expound a little bit on that hybrid approach that we recommend?
Yeah, not everything is going to fit everybody. That's a very bad developer experience, to just come in and say, okay, there's one flavor, everybody eats that flavor, that's that. You want to give developers, teams, applications a choice to what platform they want to use and what works best for them. So what we advocate is a hybrid approach that gives you the ability for those teams that it's strategic and it makes sense to move to Git, they move to Git, and we have the capabilities to do that. If there are teams that want to stay on the mainframe and want to use DevOps on the mainframe and use the tooling that's there, that's available too. And application to application, you have that choice. It gives the developers that good experience of being able to pick what they want, and the organization the ability to be strategic about where and how they move who.
Okay. Well, hey, thank you very much, Tony and Mark. Appreciate your time to answer these questions, and thank you for joining us for this episode of The Modern Mainframe.